Hello and welcome to TalkFCB match review of Helsinki against Barcelona. And it was a big game today going into it. Helsinki aren't the best team ever. They're not obviously one of the big hitters in Europe. Of course they're not. What this was is a test, of how we're going to respond. We haven't had a brilliant pre-season so far. You look at the 1-0 defeat midweek against Napoli, 1-1 against Nice. Even when we beat Recreativo at the start of pre-season, it certainly wasn't convincing. So this game was a real test of what we could do, and just to get a bit of confidence going in the camp. We go to the Camp Nou for the first time this pre-season in a few days' time to play the Jean Gamper Trophy, which will be against Leon, the Mexican side. So ahead of those sort of games and ahead of La Liga coming up in a few weeks, we need to get the confidence going, and that's exactly what the boys did today. Luis Enrique picked a fairly solid starting lineup, one of the best he could have picked. Munir El Haddadi started again. Of course, he missed a few chances against Napoli, so it really showed, the character and the drive he does have today, the way he came back. And it did all start with him. It was a very, very strong start from Barcelona. And the first thing that I'll point out is the way we started the game and the way we really pressed them into mistakes. That's what we're looking at here. We're not always looking in pre-season for results. Results don't win you the league in pre-season. They're not really that relevant. What you do want to look for is solid foundations, and that's what Luis Enrique has been building all pre-season. He's been putting his plans into progress, and game by game, you can really see them improving. Against Napoli, we played some fantastic football, but just lacked the end product, and today, it all clicked into place, and it was really fascinating to watch. A fantastic masterclass today in terms of passing the ball, collecting the ball. In the final third, the defensive game was good, and it was a really, really solid, rounded performance from Barcelona. We started with Munir El Haddadi. It was on the edge of the box with Iniesta, who was brilliant in the first half, looked a lot more closer now to match fitness. He had a fantastic chip pass, took out the entire defence, and a fantastic first-time finish from Munir El Haddadi, who is a player that I really like. I said on Twitter, he's a striker that I believe he does have a good season this season in Barcelona B. Then, hopefully he'll get some Copa del Rey games as well in the first team, but I could really see him coming to the fore in a year's time and maybe being in the first team altogether. And it was a really, really good start, and from then on, we really just tore them apart. We kept banging on the door, pressing them high. The energy was very good. The fitness looks very good as well. Luis Enrique has had them working really hard in training, and you can see that on the pitch. The results are certainly starting to show. Second goal then came from Sergio Roberto, who I was also very impressed with, and that's certainly a big thing because Sergio Roberto last season, as I said, went under the radar a little bit, didn't really do anything outstanding, and in this game he did have a few nice touches, and it was certainly a well-taken goal. He picked the ball up, a quick 1-2 in the box, and again a very, very good finish, and it was very, very clinical from us today. The chances we had in front of goal we took well, very, very calm and composed in front of goal, which is good to see. Third goal then came from Munir again. He kept banging on the door, and this is quite interesting indeed. A headed goal, and I'll say that again, a headed goal, and I'll tell you again, there's another one later, and it's quite hard to believe. We don't usually score headers. A good ball in, I think it's from Rafinha from the right-hand side, a nice ball in, and good to see Munir getting his head on it, and putting it home. And he does look a very, very good striker. He looks quite a complete striker. He's got a bit of pace, about him. It's clearly quite decent in the air as well. Good finisher. So, second goal for him. Then Gerard Piqué got on the score sheet. Good old Gerard Piqué wasn't in his own box, in the opposition box, of course. The ball fell to him, a bit of a scramble in the area. Decent finish. We always know he's got a bit of a decent finish on him. We've seen him bomb forward in the number of years he's been with us and get a few goals. There's a decent finish from him. Then there was the goal from Mark Bartra, as I spoke about earlier, another headed goal, and this is particularly interesting because it was from an Ivan Rakitic free kick. Rakitic was absolutely outstanding. One of the man of the matches for me. What he did was control everything. Everything that good came out of the game, Rakitic was in there somewhere. He picked up the ball, his passing was good, short and long passing, because of course at Sevilla we saw Rakitic pull off a whole range of passes. He's not just good with his short game, he can play long crossfield passes and take out, the entire defence at times, and it was really, really good to see today. His first touch looked immaculate, and one of the best things about him, and it goes for Halilovic as well and a few other players out there, and it's very, very good to see, we're shooting from outside the box, and that is huge. We saw it only a few times over the last few years. Literally, it was Adriano probably who's the only one who's really shot from outside the area. Iniesta from time to time. What we need to do is when we get the chance to shoot, have a go. because with players we have, the quality we have outside the box, it's often Rakitic hit the bar, had a few very close attempts, and it's really good to see that Enrique is starting to see things that were going wrong last season and putting them right, and that is one of the good things. And the good thing was Rakitic from set pieces. We need to score more goals from set pieces. That is absolutely evident. And what he did today, corners, free kicks, we did look a bit more dangerous. Every pre-season game now you can see different things coming into place, and it was a very, very good ball in from Rakitic, and on the end of it was Marc Bartra, who was pretty much faultless alongside Piqué for most of the game. Final goal then came from Sandro Ramirez. Interesting one, Sandro Ramirez, because he's not like Munir El-Daddy. Munir has been in the spotlight for a number of years now, coming up through the ranks. Sandro Ramirez has almost gone underneath the radar. He just comes on here and there. He got a few goals, good few goals for Barcelona B last season, and he got another one here. Very, very good finish from him. He's going inside the box. Very, very good finish again. It was a number of good finishes today. So, some really clinical stuff coming up to the first team and youngsters taking their opportunity. And that's what I like to see, young players who are given the chance by Luis Enrique, who are given the opportunity, and those who want to take it and really try and push on in their career. Halilovic again coming on was outstanding. Samper came on for a quick appearance. He was very strong. I can really see him coming and matching what Busquets has done, in terms of coming up from the B side and making his mark in the first team. Busquets did it. I wonder if Sergi Samper can do it. He's got the talent for sure. Sandro came on, as I say. There were some really, really solid performances today. Jordi Mastiff, of course, kept a clean sheet, won a very good save from him. So it was a very, very good performance all round. Get some good confidence going in the group, and it's really good to see the youngsters coming up and having some solid games. The likes of Iniesta, Rakitic are all getting closer and closer now to match fitness ahead of that big first game against Elche in La Liga, and it's looking very, very good. I can see very, very positive signs coming out of this. Luis Enrique is clearly stamping his authority on this squad, and every game we're getting better and better. The football is brilliant, the results are improving, and we're looking a real force out of the new season, and it's great to see. So that's this match review here on TalkFCB. For more match reviews, news, transfer news, anything I like on Barcelona, please make sure you subscribe. It really means a lot. Comment below your thoughts on today's game. What did you most like about the performance? What are you really looking forward to seeing ahead of the new season? If there's anything you want me to talk about, please tweet me or comment on here, and I'll get it on there for you. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next podcast.